What's going on, gamers? We get an interesting comparison here between the Switch 2 and the PlayStation when it comes to Pragmata. I don't know if you guys know, but I just did a video basically showing, we'll see a summary down here, basically gives you the highlight of what's going on here. How the industry was obviously being lazy with the AI upscaling because Capcom got Resident Evil Requiem to run at 60 frames per second on the Switch 2. Here we go with Pragmata. They're doing the same thing, and these are two next-gen games that will come out in 2026. It tells you a lot about how people were screwed over during the PS5 generation launch and the Series X, and on PC getting all those terrible ports. And then we're seeing what Capcom is able to do here. They're basically exposing all that. So let's see how good this runs on the Switch 2. You're getting 4K footage here, but because my monitor is 3K, it is not going to show that, but you're pretty much going to get the same quality here. I just want to let you guys know that. So we got that going here, as you see right here, quality 2160p. So let's get into this. Let me know what you guys think. This says a lot, guys. Here we go.
The demo for Pragmata is now playable on all platforms, and I have gone through and played through it 3 different times. Once docked, once undocked, and once on PlayStation 5. But the key question is, how is the Switch 2 version? This is a much more bombastic game than something like Resident Evil Requiem. A lot more effects, a lot more stuff going on. How does the Switch 2 hold up with a current-gen action game? And the answer is, if you're playing in handheld mode, very well. The resolution is a little bit on the chunky side, but the performance is very good because of the VRR window. This feels incredibly smooth the vast majority of the time. However, when playing docked, the story isn't quite so smooth. When nothing's really going on, the game does hold 60 FPS very well. But as soon as there's multiple enemies on screen or big enemies on screen, it tends to dip into the low 50s and sometimes even the high 40s.
Yeah, but come on, guys. Let's think about this. We're talking about docked and getting it 60 frames per second. We're getting off the camera when he's showing footage. I just want to speak about this. This is early too. The game still has some time to optimize. I can make it even be more optimized over time. Sell what they need to sell and optimize it and patch it in more. Nintendo could also get frame gen. But that's not the point here. Lock 60 is still would it just be a miracle? And the fact that it's running well in handheld mode is also very good because you're going down to even lower specs. So that means you're able to play it at those specifications. See what I'm saying here? This whole time. And this is a game in 2026 in handheld specifications. We're not even talking about docked here. Obviously, that's higher settings and 60 frames per second, not 30. And he says sometimes it dips down under, down into the 55, 50 range, maybe the high 40s. That's still really good. You're not getting no 30 frames going down to 29. For something like that, it gives you the idea of, man, this whole time we were being screwed over. And this is still very well. And it tells you how talented Capcom is and how the industry should be led like this.
Nice if Capcom put in an option for a frame rate cap to keep it at 30 so it's not unstable all the time. But unfortunately, that is not present in the current demo and probably won't be, going by how Capcom usually cap their frame rates. But that being said, it could definitely be a lot worse, and in handheld mode, this is a really good way to play the game. And Pragmata is just awesome in general. However, I also played the PlayStation 5 game in performance mode, so this is hitting 60 FPS almost all the time, and I wanted to see how it compared to Switch 2 visually. So let's just go through and put these two side by side, and I'll show you a few more frame rate tests as we go on as well. Thank you so much for watching. You can judge for yourself how you think the Switch 2 version looks, so let us know in the comments below, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.
Guys, this is holding up well. I mean, think about it. This is a demo too, so the build is earlier.
Use that one up close. Look out for its targeting.
Intruders detected. Please remove them from the premises.
Eat us again. Damn rat in the maze.
It really doesn't like to talk.
Whatever. Let's just get this over with.
I like this.
heck's going on with the bots here? They all got hate.
Okay, guys, so just looking at that right there, we still got some more to look at. This is just telling you everything. I mean, you do have to stare. Obviously, it looks better on performance mode on the PS5. Obviously, you're going to be able to play quality mode on PS5. You're going to be able to play the PS5 Pro mode, but that's not the point here. The point here is how Capcom is getting a next-gen game in 2026, not only once with Resident Evil Requiem, but with Pragmata to do this and look at this comparison. And then look what he said about the handheld mode, too. This exposes everything. It really does. It tells you a lot about this fake frames, this AI goose chase, this rushing out a game that was unfinished. You had the specifications the whole time. The Series X was enough. The S was fine in a certain sense. You see what I mean? Because the Switch 2 is here showing that. And the PS5 was fine the whole time. You know what I mean? Your PC rigs were fine. We even had better PC rigs than that getting problems. The Unreal Engine 5 was nowhere near as done, and it shouldn't have not been doing that. And then like all these ports having these problems too. This is literally saying everything. Look how well this is. This also gives you the idea why Sony wants to focus on competing with Nintendo now and realizes Microsoft is not relevant anymore because Nintendo is now eating into their third-party market share. And not only are they eating into their third-party market share, you know, they're selling just as much and a lot more. So, I mean, it's something to think about, you know. Let's get back into this, though. This is crazy. So, yeah, I mean, this changes a lot. It really does.
Fire or what?
I don't think they normally attack humans.
It's over. Don't want to hear either. Damn. I gotta hurry and contact Earth. I hope dropping down here somehow leads us back up to the top floor.
Maybe there's an elevator up ahead.
It's not looking sluggish either. I mean, we're seeing this, right? Capcom's engines are so meta.
You can use that to make bots stop moving.
Intruders detected. Please remove them from the premises.
Something's aiming at us. Online.
Get off!
Look how Kurt's targeting things. Move, you!
How you like this?
I mean, what you can notice here, though, is the hair difference, but that's about it. Obviously.
Lockdown disengaged. Reconnecting primary power.
And more clarity.
Energy levels at 30%. 40%. 50%. 60%.
Warning. Unauthorized access detected. Severing primary connection. This is Edith. Unregistered guests are forbidden from this area. Initializing sector guard protocol. Scanning. Targets identified. Neutralizing threats.
Neutralize? Us?
Looks like we're gonna have to fight our way through. Get ready. Any idea what the hell this is?
Never seen it before.
So it's not one of your pot buddies? Then I guess we can just go in blasting. Yeah, let's do this. Where'd they get all those missiles?
They were made in lunacy.
Lucky us, right? Got 'em.
There goes FPS, guys.
Like this.
I'll hack the lift if you're ready.
This is a demo too, keep in mind.
Are we there yet?
Day one patches always happen. I mean, guys. Yep. Big explosion going on right now.
We can restore the power with that terminal.
Oh, finally. Ah,
Careful.
The biggest dip we've seen, but I mean, you're still well over 30. On a demo build.
take this.
Just a little bit more.
All right. Kick this one.
Look out.
Guess that's that.
Energy levels restored.
Wow, guys, that right there just says a lot. This is the game that's coming out in 2026. Now, like, let's get, let's get the Switch 2 on, like some older ports, maybe some PS4 ports to try to get the 60. A game coming out this year, and that was a demo build. It's not even day one patch. It's not even the up-to-date build. Usually, when they launch demos, it's like you got to do that demo and prepare it over time, but it's not up to date with the current build. And it's not the day one patch. So it could be optimized even more. And like I said, they can get more NVIDIA updates coming to the Switch with frame gen. This has a lot. This guy says down here, let's take a look at some of these comments. Demo just sold me this game. Before it was like, looks interesting, but a bit weird. This is why demos are important. It's a thing back in the 90s. You used to open a plastic thing, Nintendo Power, PlayStation magazines with the CDs. Yeah, hey, y'all better not been stealing those demos out of the source. Just kidding. I might have done that too. But I won't admit that if I did. A current gen multi-platform targeting 60 frames per second on the Switch 2 is very impressive. It also exposes stuff. The biggest difference is Diana's hair. I said the same thing. It is very chunky looking on the Switch 2. Everything else looks low res, but not the blurry texture mess we saw back in the Switch 1. It's like if you're playing a game, you have an experience. You're not going to stop and be like, oh, let me see. You know what I mean? No, I don't like this. I'm not going to play the game. It's like, no, you want your experience. You can play, and you're getting 60 frames per second. What else are we talking about here? We're not talking about anything else. This guy says, we're hacking, though, down to the cores. No stopping us, not anymore. I'm playing mainly in handheld mode, so I'll be picking this up on the Switch 2. It feels very smooth in handheld. See, there's people, like, you have to understand, there's a crowd in this world that only likes handheld. There's people that are just like that. Japan plays a lot in handheld. And you're saying that they're going to be able to get that experience. It's almost like when you think about this in the handheld industry, going from the Switch 1 to the Switch 2, I'm going to be able to play games like this that are on PS5 and Series X. And I may be on the go all the time, and I may not be on my TV. And that's why I said that that's a unique perspective compared to just docked only, comparing it to PS5 in that sense. Like, no, there's some people that just probably just only play handheld. like people who play mobile, and they like that type of experience, and they're not graphic whores, and they're going to be able to get that type of experience in handheld. And this is a demo. So this is the type of stuff to where I'm like, man, this says a lot. Switch 2 really needs the dock VR update so the minor frame dips won't feel as bad. That's the thing that I think that we're probably working with NVIDIA along with FrameGen. Once they get that, oh my God, dude, it's going down. Man, doesn't the Switch 2 support VR and dock mode? And that's what people are talking about. I'm getting the Switch 2 version because of the portability. You'll see stuff like that, 40 to 50 frames per second. It was mostly in the 50. We only seen that 40 that one time. It's not bad. I agree with him. You're still getting way over 30, and you're not dropping down under 30. Like, there's some Switch 1 games like, dude, you're not even getting 30. And that's bad. So, yeah, a lot of people down here are happy. Effing impressive, and AA on Switch 2 is better than PS5 in certain situations. DLSS helps too. So you guys get the idea here. Once again, Capcom does it. Let me know what you guys think about this. This says a lot. Peace out, y'all. Keep gaming, no matter what platform you're on. Cap God.